Hello everybody, this is Mike Jr. II. Today we're going to be doing another Mike Jams On of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. 3D, so obviously, oh look, for the 3DS, wow, wonder how that happened. Actually, we are going to be taking on the Master Quest version, which before anybody asks, the worlds are mirrored in the Master Quest version, so if it seems like things are kind of off, kind of weird, that's why. It's done on purpose, so I can't really fix that, I apologize. And we're going to be doing probably the most boring quest out of all of them, the Poe hunting. Why the Poe quest? Because I felt like it. That's all. I wanted to do something this week, and I've been doing the Master Quest of The Legend of Zelda, and I figured, you know what? I really want to what I wanted to do is that I wanted to get it done with, and I figured, why do this? So if you guys don't know, I'm actually only recording the top screen. Here are pictures of the bottom screen. Right after I finished this video, I took a snapshot of these, so I have the fourth bottle, which is what you get from the Poe quest. And I also have a better quiver, which you will see later in the video, but that's all that's changed in this. So yeah, I'm only recording the top screen because in this game, the HUD is only there to just... Well, the bottom screen is only there to basically be your HUD. You know, give you an extra material slot, though you don't have the ability to use 3 buttons. You have to actually push the touch screen for the other 2, which kind of sucks at times. It's not that bad if you're using a bomb, because you can throw it with the A button, but let's say you want to use, like, the hook shot, you have to press the button on there to use the hook shot, which I always thought sucked. But no, we're going to be catching ghosts. What I suggest if you're going to be taking on this, you want to go online, you want to look up the Poe quest, and then you want to find the IGN picture, which shows you the locations. Epona song, good shit. But you want to get the locations of the all the Poes, and if you're playing the Master Quest version, I recommend copying that picture, putting it into Paint, and then doing a horizontal flip so it's actually in the right direction where it's supposed to be, because if you don't, you're going to get fucked up like I did, because I got really fucked up here. I shed a lot of the fat. Basically, I just kind of show you guys interesting things, like when I first see the ghost, and then when I kill the ghost, basically. Almost got it. No. But, yeah, that's basically what's going on, because these are big ghosts, and that's the only ghost that this guy will take to give us the bottle. He's not gonna be giving up his pretty bottle just for some crappy little shit, not at all. Mostly this quest is useless, because there's only one extra thing that pops up later on in the game. You will need your bottles to catch fire in a bottle, and basically that is the only reason to get your hands on the fourth bottle. And even then, I don't even know if that's useful in the Master Quest version, because the dungeons are different, and the dungeons are different, and that includes the ice place that you do the whole blue fire thing to get the iron boots, etc., etc. So yeah. Not really much else to say after that, just we're doing that. I only have 30 arrows since this is right after I finished the Forest Temple, so I decided, actually, after I catch this ghost here, I am actually going to change things around a bit and go get myself so I can have 40 arrows with a quiver. So, pretty sweet. Well, here it is. You can tell it is a Big Poe because it is, not only is it fucking gigantic, but it leaves over a kind of more of an orangish soul instead of the, I think it's a purple? Yeah, they usually have, like, purple souls, so pretty sweet. And there's that, and here we go to Kakariko Village. I'm also going to return this Poe because there are 10 of these Poes that you have to catch and give to the guy to get yourself the 4th bottle. Now, because you can only have 3 bottles up to this point to hold the Poes in, it's better to just give the guy your first bottle Poe, and then just keep the rest of them with your 3 bottles. Because if you can only catch 3, well, if you leave it to just 9 left, it's easier for you to stack them up that way. I guess I could also recommend a bigger wallet. I was maxed with my wallet at this point, besides paying for arrows to catch the bows, so whatever. I'm actually only a little bit of ways from, like, when I first played this game a long time ago, because I originally was never going to get my hands on this game for the 3DS, because I thought to myself, oh no, that's stupid, I'm not paying money again for, you know, the Ocarina of Time. Because, I mean, I have my opinions on this game, I love this game, but I'm not going to pay for it again. But then all of a sudden, it was like, oh hey, guess what? If you beat the game, you play Master Quest, and I'm like, sold. Because I really wanted to check out Master Quest, and even the Nintendo 64 ROM version online just didn't cut it for me. So yeah, anyway, this is the minigame you do to get your hands on this. You might be noticing that I'm very kind of different with the screen. If you've never seen The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, or the 3D version, there is a gyroscope feature which basically follows the 3DS. That's the whole thing in the top right corner there. So basically it allows for better aim for both this minigame and especially for catching the Poes. At first I hated it when I played the game long-ass time ago, but I kind of... Oh, by the way, I cut here. That's why that happened. Nice cut, you didn't even know what happened. But anyway, I cut, it's a good way to actually catch some things. I hated it at first, because when I first played the game, I was like, well, fuck me, I have to, you know, I'm moving the control stick, and all of a sudden, as soon as I stopped moving the control stick, the camera would move, and it would fuck up my movement. So, if you don't like it, just turn off the camera. You can do it by pressing the start button, and then you'll see the save and quit, and then below it is an options button. Oop. So basically the way it works is that I show you guys the first time I see the ghost, and then I show you me catching the ghost. Some of these ghosts are more of a pain in the ass than others. They're big, but after they go a certain distance away from you, they will disappear automatically, so you can't just run it. I don't even think you can see them as human, but if you can, it's not going to be much help. Seeing them on horse means you just got to keep running. And as you can see here, I'm just firing like crazy. And got him. Ooh, right in the eye. Fuck me. I am a jackass. And here's our nice little Poe buddy. Look at him. So cute. But yeah, this one can be this quest can be a pain in the ass. Some Poes are easier to get than others. But the fact is, make sure you mark off which Poes you get, or else you're going to be lost as hell. Don't test it, guys. Just fuck it. Just do what you got to do. Get it done with. Get it the fuck, you know. Mark them off so you know exactly which Poes you have left, or else you're just going to be running around in some areas not knowing whether or not you got the Poe there or not. Because trust me, here's the thing. There's one Poe to catch in this game that's a pain in the ass to catch. Like, to actually kill him, because you can easily find him. It's killing him that's difficult. And there's a few others where trying to actually find the damn ghost is more difficult. I spent basically an hour doing this. So, yep. I believe I told you guys that I'm only recording. I've had to do this recording a few different times. But, basically, mind blank. I only recorded the top screen because there was no point in you guys seeing the bottom screen, and it's easier to record because you would get a hell of a lot more slowdown, because this game actually looks really gorgeous. On a regular 3DS, it actually doesn't look that great, but while I was capturing this, I was watching it from my capture card, because I can see it on my computer screen when I record it off my capture card, and it looked fucking gorgeous. So if you have a 3DS XL, fucking get this game, because it looks great. Actually fantastic. The only thing, guys might be actually weirded out because you see the border around the screen, and usually I almost always get rid of that border. And the reason why I have not gotten rid of the border is because, for whatever reason, when I get rid of it, it is slow as all fuck. This thing just slows down. For some reason, the frame rate gets choppy, so it is like that because of that reason. I do apologize. And there's another ghost, awesome. I do not always show off me dropping off the ghosts. I believe I only do it at the end when I get the bottle. If I do it I might do it one other time, but that's it. But basically, all the rest of this is just Poe catching, guys. Not much else to talk about. Sorry about that. So anyway, I guess I should talk about Ocarina of Time in general. Ocarina of Time was basically, for me, probably one of my favorite video games growing up that I played. It was the video game that got me to basically be a gamer. And it was just such an amazing game to me. And the sad part is that, and I know people are going to be, like, calling foul play on this. I get that here's the gyroscope not working for me, by the way. But I get that a lot of people do not like The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time because too many people call it the best game ever. So then everybody else... Damn, how the fuck did I get that? Ah, lucky me, huh? I got a good shot. But too many people call this game overrated to the point that I think it's almost becoming like... I wouldn't say exactly underrated, but it's just like nobody wants to pay attention to this game. They go, okay, everybody think it's the best game of all time. Let's say that it absolutely sucks. And I think that's ridiculous. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that anybody in particular. It's just that people overall just like Ocarina of Time sucks. It does not suck. It is a great game. You know, a very awesome game in the Legend of Zelda series. Oh, it's this ghost, by the way. That's just the one that's a pain in the ass. I gave up after trying to do it here a few times, and I go back and try to grab it later. But The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time is just... It really is a fantastic game. It did so much for the... Not only just Legend of Zelda series, but for video games overall. And... Honestly, for a switch to 3D, this was probably even better than the Mario platformer. I mean, I'm probably talking out my ass with that one, but I think that this game really did a lot for the genre of just anything video games. Tomb Raider was kind of the first game that showed that 3D can be done well, and I think Legend of Zelda did well to polish what was in that era. And, you know, I just, people really need to give it the credit that it deserves at times. Don't get me wrong. You know, if anyone's saying it's the best game of all time, there's nothing wrong with it. Feel free to get nitpicky. But don't think that those nitpicks are big complaints at all, because overall, it's a fantastic game. You know, have little issues here and there, fine. You know, that's cool. You know, a legitimate complaint I hear from this is that Hyrule Field is too big and there's not much to do with it. And, I get that, you know, fine. That's a good complaint, you know, but don't think, oh, that ruins the game. It's the worst game ever now. That's the issue that a lot of people, that's the trap I think a lot of people fall into with this. Is that they want to say, people love Ocarina of Time so much and they hear that it's the best game ever that people kind of want to go, they want to be mainstream. They want to go, oh, it's so cool that it sucks, basically. And that's what people, I think, do with the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. And it disappoints me because it is a fantastic game, and I really hope people kind of realize that. Again, in a sense, you know, like, don't overrate it, you know, don't say it's the best game ever, but it's a great game. You know, and a lot of that in me might be nostalgia. I get that. You know, this is the game that got me into video games. I think I'm a little nostalgic about it. You know, and I remember when I got mine into the Nintendo 64 as a kid, and just I played this shit over and over and over again. I don't know how many times. Out of all the Legend of Zelda games, this is the one I've played the most. I can't even count how many times I've played this game and beaten it too. It's crazy. So there's my whole thing about the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. It's a great game. You know, if you don't think it's as great as other people find it, that's perfectly fine. But in no way is it a bad game. If you're saying it's a bad game, I think you're really, like, overdoing it there. I don't know if this is how you get this ghost, honestly. If it's the right way to get the ghost. I just decided to do it this way because as long as I was quick on the draw there, I knew how to get it, how I needed it, so I'd like, fuck it, I was just gonna, you know, do what I can for it. I actually go to buy arrows after this. No, do I? I don't think I do, actually. It's funny, I don't know if I keep it in. I'm actually looking at the screen to read what Poe I need next, so as you can see, I'm kind of a little bit off here. I'm like, oh, I'm going this way and this way, wait, what? So I'm just like, I look like a moron sometimes. I think I cut here. Oh, no, I don't. Oh, I was going to cut, I remember. Because this is where, like, for the first 40 minutes of... I cut out a lot of stuff, but for the first 40 minutes, I caught these Poes. The rest of them, pain in my fucking ass to catch. Ugh. Seriously. Find yourself the picture online that tells you what all the Poes are, and cross them the fuck out when you get them. You know, I just thought to myself, if you look up on the guy's thing, there's a smiley face Poe. I don't remember what that was. That's weird. I don't think any Poe actually has a smiley face like that. And actually, it might be the... I'm trying to think, are the Big Poe smiley faces? Because that could be what it is, in a sense. Maybe a different kind of Poe. Maybe a gigantic, amazing Poe. And, okay. Sorry, my screen went black there for a second. I'm like, what? Why is my thing not, working? I had issues earlier with it. I don't know what it is. Hopefully it doesn't show up in the recording. If so, you won't lose much. It came back after a bit. Yeah, this quest sucks. It's a shitty quest. If you can get away from playing it, get away from fucking playing it. So I got lucky here, because usually even when you go this way, he runs into the wall and disappears, but the direction I went, he appeared right there, and I'm just firing like crazy here. I'm like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. I am taking advantage of this situation, because that is the one that's the hardest. Because there's another one right around here, and I was scared that I didn't actually get the Poe, the hard Poe, and I just got the one that's just hard to find. And that one does have a smiley face, okay. But I swear the one in the shop actually had like a legit, like, you know, the eyes were more open. Huh. I wonder if that means he actually has good souls. That's crazy. So I think this is me actually trying to show off if I can get my hands on it. I don't know if I actually show it here. If I actually find the damn Poe. But like I searched everywhere. Like I'm like, is it in is it in the Gerudo area? Maybe it's that. You know, I was just like, oh my god. Oh no, I do find it. Sweet. Come on. Got you. Okay, sweet. Gotcha. Alright guys, so we got one more left after this. God damn. Yeah, you guys might think this was easy, but trust me, these last 3 Poes were 30 minutes of my time turning off fraps, turning on fraps, just watching videos over and over again. I will put a link in the description below for a good video that shows off how to get all of them. It might not help for Master Quest, so you could basically call this the Master Quest version of that to help you guys find the Poes. There is a map on the bottom left screen, not actually on the bottom 3DS screen. This one was a pain in the ass, because it's like you do have to like turn around like this to get the Poe. It's weird. Like, I just wanted to punch this guy in the fucking face. I'm like, come on up here. Because that's where most of my time got wasted, was finding the Poes. It's not catching them a lot of the times. That's only one of the Poes. It's fucking finding them. And I couldn't tell if it was one of the other Poes, like the one near the... Remember up top where I was kind of getting them across the little stone wall up there, and I kept seeing them? I think I showed it twice. And I just kind of got confused. I thought it was one of the guys up there. So it's not that I knew where it was and I couldn't find it, it's that I didn't know exactly which ones I had. So don't fall for my mistake. Cross them off, you know, do the same thing with Skulltulas and stuff in this game, because it's a pain in the ass to keep track of that. You know, I really wish that... that's one thing I will admit that Majora's Mask did tons better, was that they kept track of where the fuck everything was. And for the most part, it was supposed to be for a time thing, but honestly, it's a good way to keep the catalog in there. So you go, okay, so you do this, you know, that's cool, you know, keep your eyes on things. Ah, yes. I really do love this game. I've been enjoying Master Quest. If you don't know what Master Quest does, first it mirrors the world, so that's why things might look a little bit different, as I've said. That's why you gotta flip things. But the dungeons are entirely different. Like, majorly different. They are... Yeah, those ghosts are happy. Those are probably human souls. God damn, that's kind of scary thinking about. I'd never thought about that. God damn. Oh my god. So now I gotta give him the rest of my pose. But, yeah, no, the Master Quest, the dungeons are different, and I have to say, for some of them, they're actually really nice to kind of get a different feel of the dungeons. But right now I haven't finished, but I'm taking on the Fire Temple, and the Fire Temple is a lot better in this version. Master Quest did I think, Fire Temple better. At least from what I've played so far. Like, you get the Megaton Hammer very early on, and I'm kind of happy with that, because I get sick of, in too many Zelda games, getting dungeons where I can't do anything. Like, I think it's fine if you get the item a little bit earlier in a dungeon. I think that's fine. Keeping it in the middle, I think it's too repetitive, you know? Unless you're using an item that because I don't really mind if you're like, you just got an item in the previous area. Like, you know, like in the Dongo Cavern, you have the bombs. Actually, no, you don't. Technically, you're using the flower bombs, and then you get the actual bombs, so... But anyway, guys, we got ourselves the bottle, and that is it. So I do hope you guys have enjoyed this Mike Jams On. It was a lot of fun making this. If you guys want to, you know, I've been posting a little bit of stuff on Twitter in terms of my Master Quest stuff. But, you know, if you guys want to see more stuff with Master Quest, want to see take on a dungeon or something, feel free to speak up. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. I will catch you guys next time. This is Mike Jr. II, signing out.